First things first, what we are going to be basically looking at is how to like utilize the different saving methods, and we try to also understand them plus the saving methods. Okay, so this is the MUCIAN lifestyle channel where we discuss things that benefit us as creatives. Then I'll happen maybe to introduce some new stuff as we continue going on, but let us start with learning how we happen to create, okay, as creatives, and how we happen to earn from the content that we happen to create. So it is not that as a graphics designer, as a creative person, you should just wait for shows, you should just wait for for a gig to go and shoot. You can create your content, upload it, okay, upload it on different platforms, then you happen to earn from those different platforms that you upload your content to. So endeavor to see that you follow, you subscribe to this channel, and start getting ideas that keep on flowing, okay, that you can subscribe to and develop your career as a creative person, and you become your self-employee, okay, employer. So you become your self-employer. So besides that, let us start with first things first. So I'm going to be starting with saving individual layers, okay. So first of all, okay, before we go to saving individual layers, what we would want to do is to first learn how to save, okay, a file. Okay, so if I'm having a project, or if at all I'm starting on someone's project, how should I save it? So let us start with that. Okay, so I go to file. So this is like the best way, normal saving, not saving the project or anything. Before we enter the saving formats for a computer, before we enter saving different saving formats for the software, we are going to first try to understand how can we save a project, whether it is from Photoshop, from Illustrator, how do we name it, how do we save it, so for easy referring to it, or for easy searching, okay, so that we can see it quicker. So the first thing we do is we come and click on file, then we click on save as. Okay, so when this new menu pops up, so we look for the hard drive, or we can click on our PC. So we look for a folder or hard drive where we would want to save our works. Okay, so if at all we want to save our work on the desktop, but it is not advisable because anyone can reach out to that desktop and end up formatting that work. Okay, so because my other hard disks are a little bit too occupied, let me, because my hard disks, the other hard disks are a little bit occupied, and it may like take me time. I wouldn't want to like dispose of some softwares, so let us use this. Okay, so I get to my desktop, I get to my PC, so then I browse where I would want to put my file. Okay, so maybe I would want to put it on the desktop, but it is not advisable to put on the desktop. Find at least hard drives like the D hard drive. Okay, then maybe I wanted to place it on my D. Why we do not want to place folders on your desktop? It would look awkward. Okay, the desktop would look dismantled or disorganized, as you see here. So this is my what? My desktop. Okay, so if this is my desktop and the folders are like this, so it is a little bit disorganized. So I have to right click, then view, then where do I get arrange, refresh, sort by, then yes, are you seeing this? So I go to view, then I can click auto arrange icons. So I would want your desktop to look like this, to look organized, so that if at all you are looking for anything, you do not just like meander around, you are confused. So make sure that you like organize your stuff like that. There is also this method whereby you can go to view, then you go this side, then you say hide, you click show desktop icons. So it means unless you want to show them, that is when you right click and go back to view, then you go to show desktop what icons. So with that, at least we've learned something. Then when we happen to go back to our software, remember we were trying to save our works. So we click on file, then we say save as. So this menu pops up. Now after this popping up, the next thing we have to do is we look for the location that is where we are to place the content that we've created. Maybe we want it on the desktop. Maybe we want it on, because remember I told you it is not advisable to use the desktop. You have to give your computer breathing space and not to look disorganized, and for safety purposes. If the computer you're working on is not like specifically yours, it means, or when like you usually give it maybe to your young brothers, sisters, what, even elders. So because that is not that someone who designed that work, it basically means that this person may end up doing what? Deleting it. Okay, so the best thing that you would do is to make sure that you get to your D or any other drive, then you right click. After clicking on it, then you enter it, then you right click on it. Okay, you click new, then you create a folder. Okay, so after creating a folder, you rename it. Okay, this is saving, okay, learning, okay, how to save and export. Okay, learning how to save and export in Photoshop. Learning how to save and, okay, export in in Photoshop. So if this is what we have, learning how to save and export in Photoshop. So if we want like to save this work the proper way, we create a folder that has this, okay, has a name of what we are working on. But besides that, we also create another folder that has the date. Okay, so we save by date. Okay, so today's, if I look at my computer here, 27th September, okay, that is 2023. So like that. So after putting that date on a given folder, okay, so we get this one of learning how to save and export in Photoshop. We drop it inside. So when we open this date, that is when we designed learning how to save, and you get it. So we save by date. Then after saving that date, that is where we place that folder. Okay, so for me that is how I happen to save. So I would advise you, because I'm able to like track, I think in this month, maybe this year, that is when I designed this. Because just imagine if a client comes to you and you design him a business card, you give him a soft copy plus a PDF. A soft copy plus a printed copy. Then after some time, after him having left, maybe it takes a year or 2 years, this person comes back to your workshop and is like, or gives you a call and is like, bro, I like maybe did this and this, my phone got lost, but I would want to come and you print me those business cards that you designed for me. So if you didn't save by date, by year, by month, how would you remember that maybe I saved it, I gave it this name, besides giving it this name? So you may ask him, which year was that? Maybe which month? You get, then you track back, okay, and you see. So now after that we save, okay, so we may save it, okay. So we may decide to also include a date on this one. Maybe we say on the final project that we are basically saving, that is the 27th 09 2023. Okay, saving and exporting in Photoshop. Maybe one. Okay, so I like save with this name. Remember, I've put a date, then besides putting a date, I've also put the name. then I've given it a number because I may like make several designs. So for easy tracking back, I save it. Then I make sure that it is saved in an editable format, because I'm not exporting the final work, but I'm like saving the, I'm not saving the final work or art piece that I've designed, but what I'm doing right now is saving a step of the process of what? Designing, or the process, the finished process of what I've designed. Okay, then after that, so I assume that if this client happens to come back to me, I'm able to go back and re-edit. Maybe this person happened to change the number, maybe this person happened to change anything. So I save it as a what? A PSD, because with a PSD you can re-edit it. With a PDF you can re-edit it. So if you don't save it as a PSD, okay, if you do not save it as a PSD, you can also save it as a what? A PDF. Do we have any PDF here? PSD, large, this Photoshop EPS, and this, yes, PDF here. So the moment you save it as a PDF, so it means that you can re-edit it, and you can re-edit it in a lot of softwares that actually accept PDF, like Illustrator, Photoshop, and some other softwares, to mention but a few, that can accept what? PDF, because that is like the standard file format for printing, for re-editing and stuff. So endeavor to see that you note that also. But besides that, after doing that, we save it as a PSD, because we are basically using Photoshop. So you save it as that. So we replace it. Okay, so it has finished saving. Now after that, we've learned how to save by folder. Okay, now the next thing is we are going to be starting to look at the different saving formats. Okay, let us start here. So we are going to be learning together. We are going to be starting them out as we like move along. So let me start with the biggest one, where we want to export individual layers. So let me say we want to export individual layers. We want to export each layer alone. Okay, so there are different methods on how to do it. Okay, but maybe what I would do, I would look at maybe forming something new here. So I form a new project the other side, because this one includes a lot of stuff, so it would like take a lot of time as we wait them to get out. So if I get maybe something new here, so if I'm like to design maybe text, okay, so if I like design this hello, Control T, so let me say that is what I have. Then I hold Alt. No, that does not favor me. So I first double click or single click this, but if you are using a lower version like CS6, you have to double click that padlock and it goes off, or you just come to it there, you hold and drag, then you drop it in the dustbin, so it will have moved off. So let me say we have that hello, so we move it maybe somewhere there. Then I like get this and drop it in a new layer icon, so it forms another one. So I drag it, okay, like that. Then maybe I put subscribe, okay. So I click Ctrl T for this to pop up, so that I can scale it the way I want it. Okay, so subscribe, then I get it, I also drop it there, then move it down. So I write to do not not miss out on new videos. Okay, so let me say that is what I have maybe written. So if I get this and Control A, I select it, then I align it to that, then press Control T and scale it down like that. Maybe place it here. And now after that, I'm like, I get this maybe. So I'm just going to do the same thing again and drop that again there, then drop it, I extend it this side, drop it again. I want to come up with something, then drag it there. Maybe if it is moving out of line, you hold shift so that you do it in a straight line. Okay, so we come and click the Windows and the greater than sign. I get these icons, so I want to have something like oops, it does not show up in what? In maybe it is all about the font that we like selected. Does not have that, does not accept that. Okay, so I would maybe I would create a shape. I can use a pen tool. I can use let me see here. I turn to shapes, then come here and so maybe I want to just have a shape. Okay, so I want to just have like a shape somewhere here, place it there, then I drag this same thing, drop it in a new composition and hold shift. Okay, have it there. So if I select both of them by holding shift, you click on the first one, you hold shift and click on the second one, then I like click the arrow facing up and in the sides, like to balance it like there. Okay, so maybe after that I'm now going to like bring a photo of me. Okay, so if I go back to my hard drives, then I go to downloads, I happen to like create one photo without a background, so maybe I place it there. So I want to keep it as simple as possible. Okay, so then after I get this, I first, like when the layer of the photo is selected, I click Ctrl T, then just get one of the corners and scale this photo like there. Okay, so now okay, so after that maybe I also go back to shapes again, get the rectangle one and maybe put that, then give it color. So we assume that is its color. Okay. So besides that, we would want maybe to play around with the colors of these words. I left the other side because I never wanted us to use something with a lot of stuff. Okay. So are you seeing that? So if at all I happen to like make this a little bit, if I just get a shape and draw it on, then I move it down. Okay. Like there. So after placing it there, now what I may do is I go back here. Can this help me out? Okay. Okay. First do it here, like rasterize. It is this. So I just went to the layer, okay, this layer that was there after setting this. So I've selected it, then I just did this. Okay, that is it. Now from there I go back, get my text, whatever, then I Control A, then change the color of this to maybe like that. Okay, so because this is an example, let me do not take it a little bit too far to like make sure that everything is on point, because like for a photo it is too light, we could put M and like try to darken it a little bit. Okay, so far that is what we have. Okay, now we want to like export this as everything as single layers. Okay, single layers. We may determine to say maybe this should be a PNG, the other one should be a JPEG, all that. Okay, so we are going to be looking at it, okay, in the next video, because this video is going to seem too long. Okay, let us look at it in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, and you give me that courage by leaving a comment so that I happen to share a lot of videos that may help you improve as a creative. Okay, so subscribe to this wonderful YouTube channel. I love you, and remember to take care.